Yo, yo, yo. It's Thursday night. The boys are back. The boy is back. Dean is running a few minutes late, so we're going to go ahead and get it started. Welcome in, everybody. Let me know what you're doing tonight. What are you doing right now? Dean said he'll be about 5 minutes late, and then we will be on to the nonsense. So for now, let me know what you're doing. Where you at? What's the weather like? I think it's 80 degrees here, so it's been pretty nice all week long. Cannot complain. What's up, David Monroe, Ken Fielder, Jeff? What's going on? Welcome in. Give me the shout in the comments. What's the weather like? Where you at? What's going on in the car audio world right now? Man, not one comment yet? Come on. So I can talk. Oh, whoa. Cassie's here. What's up? Oh, and Dean. Cassie and Dean. Uncle Bobby B, what's up? Josh Jones. I've been right here, brother. Right here. No, Daniel, I'm not. I am not. Kicker Snowman. I love him. Dean's not as big a fan as me, but I love him. Run him in the Trooper. Snowing. Yo, what's up? Yo. What's popping? So I have the Snowman in the Trooper. Really like them. They're not for getting loud, though. If you want to get loud, you probably go somewhere else. Ken's Twin Cities, 58 and breezy. Low 70s tomorrow. There you go. Then back to the cold. Yeah, I hope we're pretty much done with the cold here. That would be nice. Jonesboro, Arkansas. Jimmy. Arkansas's own. But yeah, so I've got that. Actually, the Trooper's back. I let my buddy borrow it he's had it for about 3 weeks or so. But it's coming back. I've got the Audison in there. I got a couple sub amps that I want to test in there before I do the final situation in there, but obviously it's going to be the Warhorse for sure. Jason finished a control burn on the property. Nice. Mobile. Nice area. And here is the man himself. What's up, Dean?
Hey.
Welcome in.
How you doing? I went to the wrong link. you put them different this time.
Oh, did I put them in different order?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm testing you.
I was like, oh, this would be great, and then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh well. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Is this wait up? This.
Yeah. No, this is not salad. Because it's hard. I don't like drive-through salads.
Oh,
but it's a Chick-fil-A.
Oh, we just had Chick-fil-A last night, and we could talk about it on the next show.
Okay.
I do have some Chick-fil-A comments, but
nice.
So,
there you go.
Crack open a cold one.
Does Chick-fil-A have key lime Frosties? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good. And I just spilled it all over myself. That's awesome. It's gonna be one of those nights.
Yeah. Well, hey. It's what else are you gonna? It's Thursday night. What else are you gonna do?
I mean, apparently stay at work until the wee hours of the morning. I mean, that was kind of the plan, but that's gonna suck. Anyways, well, moving on. So what's going on?
Hey, just hanging out here. Hadn't been putting out a video every week, or 6-7 videos in your case, like you. So I've had a little extra time to hang out. Weather's been nice. I got the Trooper back, so I can finish I let my buddy borrow it. I plan on shooting some videos in there, but it took a little while longer for his Jeep to get fixed. So, but he had to sit in and drive it with no stereo for the whole time.
Because urge to hurry up.
Right. Well, he needed it faster than I thought, and I was mid process. I put the Audison in there, swapping out the JBL, and so I got it all wired up. It's on the board. It's just nothing is. I didn't even put power. I didn't run the power wire to it. So
I'd be curious to see how much different the Audison sounds over the JBL.
Yeah, me too. I was happy with the JBL for what it was.
Yeah.
I have higher expectations out of the Audison, of course. It's double the power, more than double the power. Or double the power, right? It was like 40 watts versus 75, somewhere in there. I think that's what it is. Something like that.
Very similar.
Yeah. So a little more control as far as the DSP goes. So I'll be interested to see how it is.
Actually, I think the JBL might have more control.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's a 15-band parametric that you have to pick. Like, you have to drop points on the line.
Right. Oh, on the Audison?
Yeah. That DSP was always kind of a pain in the ass to set.
Right.
Because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't think the numbers actually correspond to, like, I mean, literally just drag shit around until it looks good. And you're like, okay.
Well, as long as you can adjust the Q, I can work with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, but that's just it though. It's like it's just a blob of shit that you just kind of like push around until it's like, oh, that looks good. Not really, but it sounds good. I don't know what I did.
I always thought they were easier, although it doesn't get much easier than you see the band that's high, you just drag that band down. That's pretty simple, but for some reason I could always do better with a parametric overall, sound-wise.
That's how you really feel.
Oh.
It was a turd. We sold one and swapped it a week later. Never sold another.
There you go.
It was one of those weird things. Like, tuning that car is literally like just pushing around stuff until it like does what you want it to do. But,
well, luckily the Trooper's just the test vehicle, so it's not. It doesn't have to sound great.
Sound good.
Oh yeah, it was
just weird.
Let's be honest, I don't have the skills to make it sound great either. That's the weird thing with me. I know what I want to hear in a system.
Right.
I have trouble getting it there myself sometimes. So, it is what it is. I just hadn't spent enough time kind of honing my skills in that area.
Yes. You have to do a bunch of it, and then, wow. I really made a mess.
Blew the whole spot up in there.
Oh, dude, it looks like an orgy.
Yeah.
But there's still some in the cup, so
there you go. Might as well finish it off. ASMR.
Oh yeah, totally.
I have noticed a few of the podcasts I listen to, they'll have commercials where they do the quiet talking and that drives me nuts, dude. I am not an ASMR guy.
I mean, every now and then, and to Brian, I'll be like, "Hey guys, how are you doing? What's going on?"
It's way.
Yeah. Let's just do the thing.
At least it's just out of the left channel when you do it. So,
yeah. And I use a different mic for that one because Brian is bougie.
Yeah.
So like, excuse me. What mic? I don't know. It was a freaking expensive mic.
It's probably the Shure SM7B.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I got one here, but I don't like it for for this kind.
It's a Shure something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I just don't like it. Like this one, I can be away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that one we don't have to see each other. Like, so Brian is literally sitting like this on his couch, and his mic is sitting right here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Are you comfortable? That's why it's always kind of a funny thing. And then Chewie's face is like right here.
Yeah.
Just out of frame every now and then,
checking in.
Yeah. So.
Oh, dude, and I listened to the last 2 podcasts, and I didn't. Usually, I write down what I want to say about it.
Oh,
but I forgot. I had a comment on one thing.
Maybe it'll come to me
as we go. Maybe it'll come to me as we go.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing the podcast and at MasterTech.
I did hear that. Yeah, that'll be cool.
So that was a fun one that will be. So here's one of those things. So this is Dean life, right? This is Dean doing Dean shit. So Fernando's going through and he's like looking at all the classes that are coming up.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, Arc is doing a class." And I go, "Oh, are they?" He goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Betcha they don't know." And he goes, "Why would they not know?" I said, "Because this would be something that Brian and I would talk about." He goes, "Well, yeah." Oh, so he's like, so I just picked up the phone, hit Brian, and said, "Hey, man, what's going on?" "Nothing. I got some news for you." He says, "What?" I said, "Did you know that you're doing a class at MasterTech?" He goes, "No, we're not." I said, "Yeah, you are." He goes, "No, we're not." I said, "Check the schedule. Already on it." He goes, "Oh, shit, we're doing a class at MasterTech." I go, "You want to call me back?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, if you need any help, let me know." Like a dumbass.
Yeah.
And so we're on another phone call after that for MasterTech. And I get the text message. It says, "We're doing a class and you're helping." And I go, "Okay."
Great.
So I'm like, why do I set myself up like this? Like, yeah. So then we talked about it. I go, "I know what we should do. We should do our podcast live. Like, we're gonna try to record it. The goal is to record it so that we can redo it, or so we can let everyone else hear it. But we'll see how that goes."
Yeah, I mean, are you going to have live questions too, or are you going to bring them up on stage, or
no? So it would be live questions. So we're trying to figure out how to do that because it'd be like 2 microphones.
Yeah.
So I'd have to like put the lavalier and the Rode or DJI on one piece that I can kind of do this with, so that everyone can hear. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna play with it some this week or next week or some point, maybe Monday. I'm running out of time, so.
Do you have the one? Do you have the Rode that has 3 wireless mics?
No, I wish I did.
That would have been perfect, because then you have the one stand mic, and then each one of you.
Well, that was the thing. I don't think they had that. I don't even know they had it because I've been looking for 3 mics and it's always just been 2.
It may not be the Rode. The one I'm thinking of, the actual transmitter is also a mic.
I haven't seen that.
So you have the 2 separate, and then the one is a mic itself.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Have them submit cards for questions on them. Okay, so all right. Can we all just realize that these are car stereo people?
Yeah.
I can't even get you guys to email me for free stuff. All right. You think these guys are gonna write this? They're not going to a comic thing where like they're gonna write like these people are just like you, man. They don't want to do any work. Okay. It's like Haley was saying, "Why don't you?" I'm like, what do you think these like? Do you think these people are like? No, it's not how this works. These people don't do this shit. So, yeah, it's funny.
Well, what you do is take Haley as a runner. You just need a runner to go take the mic to them.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. We'll figure it out. It's either that or I just put my mic by the speaker, and we just kind of catch the speakers.
Yeah, you can do that, or just get some kind of wicked shotgun mic. The one that's like what's the I don't even know what they call it. The ones with the super directional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying. So it's so far down on my list of shit I care about right now. Because I don't care.
So when do you travel for MasterTech then?
We leave Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
So as it turns out, we get there at like right around 9 o'clock. and we were just asked to come to a place and do something. And I was like, of course we'll come to your place and do something. And they're like, you have time for that? I said, we get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. We got time for that. Most people won't even be up by the time we get there. And they're like, okay. So
direct flight.
Direct flight.
There you go. So you live in a big enough city to do that.
Oh yeah.
Like the only way I'm direct flying anywhere from either close cities that I'm at is if I'm going to Dallas or if I'm going somewhere in Allegiant.
Yeah. Going to Dallas. That was funny too, actually leaving Dallas for the first time.
Yeah.
What a shithole.
Oh, it is my least favorite airport. And just in general, even the inside, even when you don't go outside of it. I hate the trains.
The terminals are like forever long.
And then they have some that are just way off of outside of everything. So there's a situation where it could take you 45 minutes to do a light jog to the next one.
Well, it was funny because I had to go to the bathroom and I walked in and it tells you how many stalls are available.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it tells you how far away the next restroom is. And I'm like, it's a 4-minute walk. And I'm like, 4-minute walk? Where is this thing? Because I mean, I can walk pretty fast.
Yeah.
But, like, I have to walk like, okay. It's crazy.
Dude, I never get a flight there where there's never like a 2-hour layover. It's like I have to get off the plane and get on the next one within 45 minutes maximum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, and it's not just me. Like, everybody's doing that in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Jesus, man. Come on.
If you travel overseas, 2 to 4 hours is good.
Yeah.
Because, like, trying to walk through freaking Germany, whatever that airport was, like, I felt I was, like, walking forever. And I had no idea what I was doing because it was all in German.
Just have to use that little iPhone app to read all the signs.
You know, everyone says that theirs is the best airport.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
when you're in Phoenix, that's the thing that plays the whole time.
Dude, you know what the best airport is? X&A in Fayetteville, Arkansas. There's nobody there, hardly ever. There's plenty of seating. The bathrooms are the nicest. They're actually not as nice as the ones here, but they're very nice. There's plenty of plugs to plug all your stuff into.
Right.
And it's like, it's not tore up like the rest of them.
I will say that when we got to Dallas on the way back, that was by far the fastest I have ever made it through a TSA in my life.
No.
Like, holy shit.
Well, they got the full scanners there.
No.
Yeah.
We got stuck at the shitty scanner.
What?
Yeah. We had to pull our laptops and crap out.
Jeez.
But it was still faster than any full scanner I've ever been. Like, dude, I shit you not, man. Like, I was literally trying to put I was trying to take my shoes off before my thing went away. I'm like, bro. He's like, hurry up.
I'll tell you, probably the most efficient airport I've ever been to is LAX. And it's actually a disaster out there. So it has to be, it's either if they don't streamline it, no one will ever get anywhere.
LAX sucks.
Like we get off the plane, the bags are already out. There's signs pointing like, hey, you're renting a car? From what company?
Oh, yeah.
Get on this bus, this bus, this bus. You know, it's like, okay, well.
Yeah.
What's up, Ruben?
LAX is weird. I like John Wayne when you can fly it.
Like, yeah.
A little smaller, a little more boutique-y. But oh, the
and you didn't kill him. That was a chance they took. Listen, you guys took a chance because let me just lay this out here. If you look at Bobby alone,
yeah,
and you don't know how good a guy Bobby is,
yeah,
Like I'm like, nah, Bobby, I'm good.
Yeah, we tried that.
He said
we totally tried that. Didn't work. Like, no, it's good. I'll pick you up. I'm like, okay. This guy's not getting it.
Yeah. Oh.
But, yeah, no, it was kind of funny. It was good though. It was good. We had a good time. Time. I enjoyed it. I was really looking forward to going back next year, but not so much. So
yeah, I have 0 car audio shows. I forced myself onto them.
He totally did. It's all right. We had a good time. We had some good Mexican food. We got to see all the cars. It was cool.
I have no car audio related travel booked right now. I think the only thing that I plan on going to is May 17th. The Kickers having a big SQ event down there.
That May 17th?
That's May 17th.
Okay.
Yeah. I only remember that day because it's actually my wife's birthday.
Oh.
But we're gonna work it out. I'm gonna take her before or after. So
yeah. I would like to go. I don't know what else is going on at that time.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing.
It should be. There's some pretty big vendors coming down. I don't know who all's gonna make it, but I think it's like a 3 organization show.
Yeah,
it should be good. So anybody that's close to the area, obviously Blake literally lives there or close. So, but it's only 3 hours for me. Trying to talk Derek into going. We'll see if he can make it.
Brian's gonna be there with the Volt.
Okay, that'll be great. Great chance for people in this area to hear that car.
Yeah. So I think the week before I actually have a trip with the girls. That's kind of like our oh, are you done doing stupid shit? Yeah. Okay.
You get it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I can't go.
Yep.
Damn it. That's all right. I'll have fun with the girls.
Yeah. Another cruise?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like it's for the next 3 weeks, it's just ridiculous. So, and somewhere in there, I have to figure out, I got to do my taxes. So there's that.
Dude, we meet tomorrow to do our taxes, and I already know I owe money every year. That's what it is what it is. But I think this year is going to be particularly bad. So
yeah,
taxes, yay.
No, if I can get through this week, if I can get everything that I need done by Tuesday, so that we're ready to go to Master Tech, then that'll be great. So we're really close, but my PowerPoint is killing me. So that's where I'm struggling right now, and just trying to get, Fernando keeps adding more and more to the list.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, God, dude, like I don't have time. He's like, yeah. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Oh, so what's the schedule looking like then? So Master Tech next week.
Master Tech is next Wednesday,
right?
And we'll be back on Monday.
Okay.
And then that Monday I'll be here all that week, and then I leave again Wednesday.
The following Wednesday.
The following week. Yeah. So it's like be gone a week, here a week, gone a week, back.
Right.
That'll take us into April sometime.
What's after Master Tech? Is that the Canada? Oh, okay.
Canada. Yeah. Yeah. And that's luckily that's a busy trip. So getting ready to do that. I already had I'm redoing a class I taught before. I just need to update it. So I got to go into the I got to go in and change the backgrounds and change a couple of the slides, and I need a good 2 hours that I can sit down to work all the kinks out of that. So, but this other one that I'm trying to do is just it's an interesting class that we've come up with, and just trying to make it make sense is sometimes sometimes great ideas don't always look good on paper. That's really what it comes down to. So it's just a matter of wow. So that sucks. Apparently my video didn't finish uploading last night.
Oh, great.
Well, that's fun. Guess I'll have to do that after the show. Sorry, guys. I thought it published. My bad.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, I guess, you know what I did? I closed the laptop and went to bed. Yeah. That was dumb. Oh, well.
And hey, they'll have it in the morning.
Yeah, because it's like they haven't had one for 2 days. I felt bad about that. It's just
I don't feel bad. I haven't made a video in 7 months, I don't think.
Yeah, I know, but I really sticking to the schedule is really important to me. Yeah, especially with next week coming, especially with all these trips coming up, it's just going to be like trying to get content up to fill those. Yeah, those periods is going to be tough. And
it's tough to do one video, let alone the amount of videos that you guys put plus work. I think a lot of people don't factor in that you do a real job.
Oh yeah,
day to day, even though you're videoing it, it's like you have to think about how you're doing it. And
yeah, and like right now, we're just so like even remembering to do Instagram right now is kind of like oh shit.
Yeah,
because you know I've been going in early, so I get in every morning at like 8, 7:45, 8 o'clock, and then like last night I was there till about almost 8, and then the night before we were there till 10:30. So it was like a 14-hour day. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. So it's hectic. Like tomorrow's the news, but I'll probably get up well before then and go in, because Fernando wants. I have to cut these things, and also I have to make some brackets for the So
more work.
Yay!
Yeah, more work.
More work.
I did have a topic.
Okay.
To take the burden off you. Let's talk about me.
Okay.
the topic I put up is, will I ever make videos again? And I will, but I think just to explain. So here's an example. I'm doing the install on the Trooper, putting in the Audison and changing that out. And before times, like sticking to the schedule, part of it was like, okay, you to be successful on YouTube, you have to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You have to be consistent. That's day one stuff for YouTube.
Yes.
So you need to have a video every week if you want to keep the same quality that you've always had. Well, it ends up being more and more work every week.
Yes.
And then you get into the pattern, which I got into a little bit, and it's kind of what burned me out, is trying to keep up with the trends or what YouTube's telling people like to see.
See, I don't pay any attention to that.
Right. And that's the way when I start doing it again, and that's why I started. I'd never paid attention. I didn't care. I did videos I wanted to do. But when I was like, all right, I'm going to take this a little more serious. I'm going to try a little bit more. And I got caught in that trap. And what it done was I was doing videos that people wanted to see. But the thing is, my interest and the people's interest didn't really line up on equipment, Right. A lot of people want to see the cheapest stuff, which I think is interesting, but it's just not for me. Like, it's never something I would use in my vehicle.
Yeah. I have no interest in making anything about cheap stuff.
Right. And the reason why is it's simply because I would never use it.
Right.
But I find it interesting that sometimes you can, like, if you're going to buy another cheap amp and this one's cheap, but it does more power. Okay. That's somewhat interesting. If that's all that matters to you.
Yeah.
But that's what burned me out. And when I was doing the install on the Trooper, not thinking about, I don't know before, and you have a list of shots you need to get for every video.
Oh yeah.
You need to do this. Well, when I was doing that, I was like, man, you know what? I actually like this is fun. I like doing this.
Right.
And I forgot that while I was doing YouTube.
Oh yeah. Oh no, for sure. And okay, so I agree with you 100%. So like this past weekend when we were at the JVC thing, part of that was Sunday. So we installed and took out the 8-inch, the new 8-inch screen, the new S8 screen. We took it in and out 5 times.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing you'd ever imagine. Like what we did last weekend was like nuts. And we had no time to film anything for ourselves because it was just like go. Talk to everyone and show them how to do it. You know, it's like, so we installed it to make sure it worked. Then we took it out and then we installed it again to show everyone how to do it. Then we took it out and then we put it back in again. And then we took it out and then we put it was like 5 times more or less. And the Sunday we had to film. We didn't film. We were acting in the JVC video that they wanted to shoot.
Right.
And so they had other camera people there to film us, which was weird.
That was nice for a change, I bet. Or
no,
it was probably weird, very weird. Yeah.
It was very weird because you know you have no idea what shots they're getting. You're not seeing what is going on. You know, they have what they want you to say.
Mm-hmm.
And which is not.
I'm not good at that. I'm a terrible actor.
So apparently they're calling them kits. So the iData Maestro kits,
right? Not
iData Maestro dash kits or Maestro dash kits, and that was screwing me up because they're like, no, just call them kits. I was like, they're dash kits, yeah, but we don't want to call them dash kits.
Like just jump cut, bro.
We're just no. These guys all had to get it in one. I mean, they were not. Oh, it was crazy. They were like, I'm like, I go, you could just edit that in post. And like, no, we don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, so you want me to do one big? I'm like, there's no way I can get this in. Like, this is 3 separate parts. There's no way I can get this in one.
Yeah.
Like no, we'll be here all day. Like it's like ridiculous. Come on, you know. It was very weird. It was very weird, for sure. You know. Yeah, I was like, man, if I had the screen on me, I probably would have been fine.
Right.
But I didn't. So I was just, it was just so, because I need to know where I'm looking,
right.
You know, what I'm talking about. Like, because a lot of the times when we're filming, I'm looking at the monitor doing this, or, you know, it's like, and I know what to say. And these guys are, no, don't say that, say this. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, I think what people don't maybe not realize with you is that, you do love car audio. Obviously, you've been doing it for a while, but I think you love videography. You love documentation, like a documentary style. You love teaching. I think if you didn't have those and it was just car audio, you might not be doing car audio still.
Oh, hell no.
Right. Yeah. So like, I feel like that's the other part of it is what keeps your interest in car audio.
I'm begging for a teleprompter. Dude, you know, it's dry. Don't even bother to get a dry erase board.
There you go.
So when we used to do the unboxings of just like the Pioneer radios 10 years ago, we had 2 dry erase boards. One that Fernando wrote in Spanish and one that I wrote in English. And they were right in front of us. And they were sitting right next to the cameras, so we could look at the camera and see them, and it allowed us to just bang right through it. And it was like, it was fantastic.
It's always better to have like, I want to hit this topic. I want to hit this topic. I want to hit this topic instead of I'm going to say exactly this, this, and this. Right. That always kills me. Right.
So, yeah. But now, like this like the stuff we're filming now, like with you, it's you don't I mean, you have to understand what you're saying. Like if we're doing like a speaker unboxing, we'll typically have the notes because I'm not going to memorize all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll have the notes open so that we can. But the thing I hate about that is it's like I hate just reading off of a piece of paper that's like a spec sheet, because in my mind it's like, go read the spec sheet yourself. But realizing that they don't want to do that. So, you know, it's like, I don't want to read. You can read. Read it to me.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, I'm going to boil this down to you. I'm going to boil
Yeah.
this down for you. And
Yeah. And bullet points suck too, because like I have, like I've been talking about this, the PowerPoint or slide deck or whatever the hell you want to call it. Keynote is what I call it because I'm a Mac guy. And the bullet points are killing me.
Yeah.
Because there's always a certain amount of information you want on a slide, and there's just a certain amount of information you want to talk about. And I like to talk about stuff and use the slide as a reference, but I also know that there needs to be information on the slide that if people want, it's like they can take a picture of it.
Right.
And that is the most annoying thing in my world ever, because it's like I hate this is a weird one, because this is going to be practical shit, touchy-feely stuff. But we're gonna have pictures of it up so you could see it, because they're small and that
way they're for the people in the back, so to speak. Yeah.
So it's bizarre. But I guess back to you. I mean, obviously, you've done this before though. Like you made videos.
Yeah.
And then you stopped for a while because you lost that love and feeling.
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying, because I mean, it's like some days you're just like, I don't do this shit. I don't care. Like,
right.
I do care, but saying I don't care is always the easiest thing to do. And it's like, and it never, like for us, everything just seems to get compounded. And it's like, okay, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this next thing. It's like, oh crap. Well, like right now we have this huge moment that we're dealing with, getting ready in front of Master Tech. And that's a huge responsibility, and a lot of people are counting on it to go the way it's supposed to. So it's just making sure that you get your shit done.
Yeah,
because you don't want to disappoint anybody.
And in my case, it was just taken away. That was my hobby that took over every other part of my hobby, and it made Sunday a full work day for me, whether that was producing content, editing content, whatever. Sunday was just a day that I spent locked in this room, or doing content out there, or something,
right?
So it added an extra day of work, and sometimes that wasn't even enough. It would bleed over into the other days, and much like you, like I haven't just been kicking it back doing nothing. So I just shifted to, like, I've been selling on Whatnot and stuff like that now.
Right.
And that's kind of gotten a little stale for me too. So I feel like I'm going to get back more into car audio and just,
sometimes
you feel it out.
Yeah. I mean, the schedule sometimes can really, like, obviously I missed a video this week. And it's like, it totally pisses me off, because it's like, I don't want to let anybody down.
Right.
I know people rely on it. It's like, because the more you let them down, the more they're like, oh, well, screw this guy. He's not making what he used to, so we're just going to go away. And it's like, So, but
and not only them, but YouTube will start as soon as you're not in that rhythm. YouTube's going to start kind of directing off because they don't show every one of your videos to every one of your subscribers,
right?
Which is,
right.
It's absurd to me, but hey, that's their game. They own the platform.
Whatever works for them. I mean, the reality is not everybody watch. I mean, you watch what you watch. I mean,
right.
For us, it's what it is. I do it for multiple reasons. But hey, sometimes, most of the time, it's fun. I would have loved to film something this weekend doing what we did, but there was no opportunity for either one of us to grab a phone or a camera or anything like that, because I mean, it was literally like, get up, do your shit, go do this, go do that, do this some more, and then okay, it's nighttime.
I almost wish there was a way in YouTube for them to kind of resurface old content truly, other than you just sharing it, because you guys have such a good back catalog of stuff.
Yeah,
stuff that people that you've picked up over the years, they probably don't know nothing about.
No.
Some of the more basic things you've done, like the is probably the hardest on you guys when you were doing like Car Stereo 101.
Yeah.
That was my favorite series, but you could tell it took a lot of work to get it set up.
Well, yeah, and you know, every couple of years you try to go back to that stuff, or you try to incorporate that into the newer content, and sometimes stuff changes, and it's like, you know, like for a while there, you know, we didn't like using speaker plugs because they've always sucked.
Yeah.
And the reality is that yes, they've always sucked, and in some regards they still suck now, but we've had time to figure out how to make them suck less.
Right.
You know, and then like guy rolls in with a 2024, 2025. The last thing I want to do is, you know, if I have a piece and I can, and now that we know, okay, if we install it this way, it's not gonna fail like they have in the past.
Right.
So, you know, it's like, okay, well, cool. And we've done enough of them, you know, to where it's like, because I just don't want to, you know, it's like anything else. We might not talk about something.
Yeah.
We're just doing it in the background and not mentioning it because we want to see, is it going to work? Is it going to fail? What, you know, it's so, you know, we'll do things and just not even mention it.
Well, and your channel is, I'm going to speak for myself here, but as far as once you've perfected something and it's time tested and you've used, you're not a magician. You're not hiding those secrets. You're like, hey guys, look, we figured this out. You know, this usually sucks, but if you do this, it'll work out okay. So that's and you're sharing it with everybody, not just people in the industry at events, but through your videos. Like everybody has access to see most of what you're talking about. I'm sure you go much more in depth on industry classes and stuff, but they can see broad strokes of what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, you know. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
No, just
uh-oh.
No, it's okay. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
This thing has just been going crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've been ignoring it as much as I can, but sometimes it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm as far as the bass head world, I'm so adjacent, but I love going to the shows, hanging out, hearing people's systems. It's fun, you know. It's like going to an amusement park, kind of. But man, there has been so much drama lately in the bass head world.
Oh,
dude,
I mean, okay, what the hell is going on? Like, I watched that video you sent me.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing there was another video after that where the two of them kind of.
Yeah, I think I would say they hashed it out. So what we're talking about is I don't know if Bobby called Drew out or Drew called Bobby. Maybe Drew's watching and he can comment. But there was some bad blood between two people that were previously friends, right?
Yeah, that sucks.
And yeah, it's like it's a bummer when something like that happens. But they had a video together. I think at the end of it was they agreed to disagree on the point.
Fine.
So and that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
It's probably the best I've seen car audio beef handled.
Yeah.
Before, where they talk like adults, they had their own beef and they had their own side of what was going on.
Yeah.
But I think they got to a point where they agreed to disagree.
And I think that's okay. I mean, we don't always have to agree on something to be friends, to be in the same room. I mean, you know, there's plenty of people out there that like stuff that I don't like, and I will never like it. And it's okay. Like you're not gonna win me over. Can we just move past it and talk about something else? Because if you're just hung up on this one thing, that's just silly.
Right, yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm still gonna clown things. If you're in the room, I don't care. You know.
Well, that's I would say like I like Kicker as a company. I love Kicker as a company. I love all the people that work there.
Yeah.
Most of their products. But how many times have we sit down here? Like when we climb the snowmen when they come out, even though I like the snowmen, it's just the situation they come out under. And like I said before you joined it, I like them, but you don't really like them too much. But we clowned on the Square Pro sound speakers.
Okay, more okay. Not not for any reason other than just to
where you're going to put them
side of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's that like, because I'm sure I haven't heard them. No, I have heard them actually.
Yeah,
they do. They sound like pro sound speakers.
They're loudspeakers, man. They just
I mean, it's like there's only so much you can do, but they seem like maybe they're extra loud and they're pretty big. But like I've only heard them in literally like some of the loudest vehicles in the world. So
yeah. How would you
like know? How do you really judge that?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But we give them a hard time about that. So I think all is fair in getting roasted a little.
Yeah, I mean the reality is like nobody's perfect. No company is perfect.
Right.
Everybody has an idea of what they think is right. Whether everyone agrees with it or not. Oh, really? I'll check it out. Thanks, Mike. I like Cabe. Cabe's cool.
What's his channel?
I probably Cabe. Yeah, I have no idea what his channel is. I'll just search it until I find it, I guess. No, it's funny. Cabe story. I met Cabe and the first time we went to Indy, and we were walking around, and we started up a conversation about amp pros. Because this was a long time ago before anybody really knew what an amp pro was, except for us, because we knew. Yeah. We shot the video on the first one, and we knew what the hell was going on because we were part of it, so to speak. He had no idea, and I was explaining to him the concept, and he was like, "No, I just do this," and I go, "Yeah, but there's an easier way." He goes, "Oh, I'm doing it like," it was one of those things where I've been doing it like this forever. I'm going to keep doing it like this, and I go, "No, that's cool. Listen, when you're ready to not struggle and have a hard time at it and worry about running like a clean sweep or some shit like that, just do this." So like 2 or 3 months later, I get a phone call, and he's like, "Hey, it's Cabe." I go, "Yeah, I saw the name." He's like, that piece you were talking about, what was it? And I was telling him, he goes, "Well, yeah, I'm working that." He goes, "All right, I'm gonna call Amp and get me one of those." Yeah. And and then I think he texted me back a couple days later, like, "Dude, this thing is awesome." And I was like, "Hey man, I'm glad I could help."
Yeah, that's always the best.
And I had no idea who he was. I had no idea who he was. And that's cool because I don't want to know. We all agree with loud rear fill.
I don't. I know who vehemently disagrees with that.
Yes, it's a communist plot. Thanks, Mike. So yeah, and there again, there's a funny thing there. Like we keep talking about the Blackbird and its up mixer and how easy it is to use the up mixer and the Blackbird for rear fill, right? And how loud you can get rear fill that isn't distracting from the overall sound of the vehicle.
Yeah,
and that's pretty awesome. But I'm not going to hang my hat on it and like worry about like, oh, I mean, if you don't want to do rear fill or where it's not in the budget, let's just not do it.
Yeah, I mean, I love rear fill. Now, I used to be on Brian's side with that in the beginning, but I don't know. I like the little bit of sparkle it gives you, and like in the Trooper, it's not even sparkle. It's just straight up like it's up to level. It's pulling the ears back, but I don't care.
No, Bobby, go for it. It's so one of the things. One of the reasons why he has that is that you have to understand how loud his front stage is.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, what is the rear going to actually add to this other than distraction? Because it's stereo. It's not surround sound. It's stereo. Yeah. So stereo is a left speaker. Stereo is a right speaker.
That was the debate for a long time. 2.1. Left, right, subwoofer.
Right. And so if we want it to be surround, it is no longer stereo. It's surround. And at that point, go for it, Chief. But if you really want awesome stereo, then screw the rears.
Yeah.
So you can do the rear on radio power, but the problem is that really the only radio that does it well is Kenwood or JVC, because more or less the same OS behind, pretty lights. And that is because they have level control built into the crossover, and they have level control built into the time alignment. And it gives you, I mean, you could do fader, which to me is like going to get screwed up. I need somewhere where I need it somewhere where it's hidden, where like people aren't going to go and screw with it. People will screw with the fader all the time, and that'll just screw everything up. So I can hide it in the passive crossover. I'm sorry, the electronic crossover. And if I need to, I can add it into the time alignment if it's just depending on where the rear is at, you know. But the other guys don't have that capability. I mean, Alpine gives you a full EQ for the rear. Like, who the hell needs that?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, so instead of giving me a left and a right, you give me a front and a rear. Who's like, I spend 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I spend 10 minutes adjusting the EQ on a rear fill. You know, it's like take all the spike, take all the points out, make it a nice line, and that's it. It's like, come on, man. Like, who's tuning the rear speakers? Like, especially from a radio. How dumb is that? Yeah, either Helix. Yeah. Well, so Moscone also has classic rear fill. So the big guys all have it. It's there. So it's not like it's not. It's there in all of them. It's just a matter of turning it on. We've used the Moscone rear fill. Like when Sage was when I was interviewing Sage with the Bronco, you know, he'd never do rear fill. He was in Brian's camp. Oh, rear fill's the devil. And then Nalika wanted rear fill in the Bronco, and he was like, oh, I got to use this feature. And he was like, oh crap, everyone's getting rear fill from now on. This thing is awesome. It's like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. I mean, I love rear fill, but I would be curious what percentage of the DIY crowd is doing it on that level.
None. Well, no, because most like Bobby got the down for sound. What was it, 6 to 8?
Yeah,
it doesn't have anything like that. Like,
no,
that the upmixer feature alone is like it's a whole nother processor built in there. That, like, damn, like, wow, I
assume at best you're just gonna do similar what I did, is using level control on the crossover.
But you that was the thing, you can't
with the
the
JBL. I don't think I ever had a DSP that didn't have level control for the rear or independence.
Right, but the thing is like, so this is one of the things Andy spends a bunch of time on when people are talking about trying to, and I think when we talked about upmixers with Andy when he came on the show, you know, everyone's like, oh, how do you get a center? Oh, it's left minus right, or it's right minus left, or it's half left and half right, or it's some left and then flip these frequencies, or you add an all it's like, no. Like, none of that shit is good. Like, there's a whole big pile of math that has to be thrown at it, and it's not as easy as going,
yeah,
you know, will it do something? Sure, it definitely will do something. I understand, man. You got the Picos are in everybody's budget. Well, level control is one thing. Yeah, 6,000. Right. Oh, yeah. And there again, some radios do it better than others.
Oh, so, yeah.
But most,
I mean, and all that. I only do it on a probably the weakest DSP I've used of late is that JBL, and it pretty much had everything I needed. So I won't get too crazy with it.
Time limit on the DSP. Definitely do it on the DSP, Bobby.
Yeah.
It'll be better. Not saying there's anything wrong with the radio, but I would think the DSP would do a better job. And plus, you want to do stuff downstream. You know, downstream, but don't you know, get the signal into the clean signal into the DSP, then do your manipulation. So, like, make sure the crossover's off, all the nonsense is off,
everything's flat.
Yeah. Not that you can't go back after you're done and play with some of that stuff. You totally can, and I encourage you to. But for the setup part of it, you know, like, you'll never turn on and off crossovers, or turn on crossovers. Let me say that. So if the radio has crossovers and you're going DSP, there's no reason to use them if the DSP is powering everything. And that's going to hold true for time alignment, same thing. Now, the EQ, why not? It's a global EQ. Most high-end DSPs have 3 EQs. They have an input, an individual adjustment, and some form of global capability. So my guess, the Chinese software that the DS18 runs, or the generic software, or call it whatever you will, it's not bad. It doesn't have that feature. So you can hybrid it because your radio does. And so you can tune the car and then get it to, the nice whatever response, flat response, or the ooh, that's great. I try to get most of it from the DSP. And then if you go, man, it's like I listen to talk radio and this is ridiculous. We'll make a talk radio setting. Or I listen to this and the tweeters are just really bright. We'll make a really bright tweeter setting. So you have 4 presets usually, and you can do all kinds of fun shit. And then if your radio is cool and has loudness control, I know you drive around with your wife all the time. And so you turn on loudness so that you guys can listen to it at a low volume, and you'll still have that, impact to the music, both in the treble and the mid and the bass. But it's low enough to where you guys can talk and carry on a conversation.
Unless you're driving in my Jeep and then you can't, it doesn't matter what the radio is. You can't talk anyways. It's too loud.
Yeah, just exactly. So, I think the combination of a good DSP or even a mediocre DSP, tier 2 DSPs, call them whatever you want. None of it's bad. And a radio can give you features of the higher end DSPs if properly applied, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of coolness.
You could do like me. The JBL, as far as the time alignment, I hate it. I really hate it. You have to work from the farthest speaker away.
Well, the other thing that sucks too is that has crosstalk. So time delay and crosstalk kind of pose problems against each other. So
you know what my fix for that was? I get in there, I'm like, ooh, man, it's like just like this far to the left.
Lean?
No. I put one right on the radio on the Kenwood.
Yeah, perfect.
I was like, this is simpler than going back and doing that.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, level control is level control. So who cares when you do it? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, if I can just go.
Yep. It's like, hey, we're finished. Good enough.
Yeah.
Unless someone else is in here, be like, bro, listen, you have to put it back to 0.
Well, see, that's the nice thing that, like, when you look at like a high-end DSP,
you
can literally grab all the right speakers and go over one.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. But that's high-end. That's some bougie shit there, bro.
Yeah. Way out of my want to mess with league.
I agree. Me too. Fuck this. Oh. All right.
All right.
Well, that's the show.
We have another one. More nonsense.
Oh yeah. Airplanes and craziness. I'm gonna clean up my milkshake that, believe it or not, has not melted.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's still a puddle right here. So
dang it, Drew. We just got through talking about your beef. We could have used it.
We talked so much smack about you, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, replay it.
No, don't bother.
It was like, I think we had I Hate Drew shirts or something on there.
I have no I Hate Drew shirts.
No, me neither.
Mine just says shave your beard.
It was a battle of the beards.
Battle of the beards. Oh my god. All right.
Oh man.
No show next week. I'll be in Arizona.
Yeah, no show next week. He needs one of them.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Well.
All right, kids. Have a good night.
Yeah, and if you're not tired of us and you want to see one more hour before next week's gap,
hiatus.
Join us. Yeah, hiatus. There you go.
Have a good night, everyone.
See ya.